So, good morning everyone. I am today in what is probably one of the most interesting parts of automotive history that I've seen for a while. It's near Rüsselsheim in Germany, and you wouldn't really know it's here. It's in the middle of a forest, and this used to be Europe's fastest racetrack. And now it's just full of weeds, trees, and even lizards. So just to give you a brief history on things, Adam Opel, back in 1886, founded the Opel bicycle factory. And a few years later it became Germany's largest bicycle manufacturer. But unfortunately, back in 1895 he died at the age of 58 from typhoid. However, his wife, or widow, and his 5 sons took over the company, and in 1898 Opel began to build the first automobiles. The first cars, however, that they created, they had to test them on the public roads. And obviously, as you can imagine, in Germany, there were complaints, noise complaints, the damaging of the roads, and it was very difficult to test cars. So during the First World War, 1917, they decided to build an oval, a test track oval, to test all their cars on. So in 1919 they finished, and on the 24th of October 1920 it was officially opened. Now this was inspired by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which was founded in 1909. So obviously, after a while of testing, someone saw an opportunity here to open this up and for there to be on the weekends races, not only cars but motorcycles, everything that you could imagine. And after a while they opened, which you obviously can't see anymore unfortunately, but they had 5 grandstands here around the circuit, and at its peak there were 50,000 people here. It's just hard to believe now standing here, really. Yeah, it's a shame. But I'd say from 1927 onwards, things started to go downhill for the Opel Rennbahn. Because in 1927, there was a small track called the Nürburgring which opened up, and 1932, the Hockenheimring. And obviously back then, they were much more modern than this racetrack, and then fewer and fewer races started to happen here. And there was a small thing called the Second World War, which then kind of destroyed it all, really, in a way, because the US Army took over, used it here as a base. So in 1946, obviously, the racetrack wasn't used anymore, and in 1949, the rental agreement between the Opel Rennbahn and the city of Mainz ended, and it was definitely closed from then on. So then, and after all of that, nature took over. They deliberately planted holes in the racetrack for trees. And in the 60s, the start-finish line was completely demolished to make way for a new road towards the city of Rüsselsheim. At least there was some good news though, because in 1987 the abandoned circuit got the status for the Monument of Industry and Technology. And also that they built this in 2013, the viewing platform. So I guess to say that's it really for the track. And over the years, this is going to be completely overgrown, and this is going to be the last kind of sign that there was anything here. But I mean, there's always hope that they refurbish this. Doubt it, mind. If you do want to come here, however, unfortunately the wheelchair accessibility isn't the best. However, it's open all the time, it's completely free, and at the viewing point there's different sorts of information about the whole history of the track. So yeah, it's great. Combine it with a walk, if you're interested also in motor history. Something definitely to see. Yeah, but that's it for today. There isn't unfortunately that much to see anymore of the track. It's a bit of a shame that the grandstands have been demolished. Yeah, but that's life. Yeah, so I guess I'll see you next time for another video on supercar nation.